The Women's Equality Party is a relatively new party in the UK. Why do you think we need a new party at this time?
Well, I think you could make a case for many people, men and women, or people of who would define themselves in other ways regarding their gender, are tired that the current party is not making enough progress on gender-based issues.
And it was started partly by Sandy Toksvig, is that right?
Yeah, and I think a friend, Catherine Mayer, and maybe someone else, I guess they were doing what lots of us feminists do, talking about why progress is so slow and wondering how things are going to be in the future and what it's going to take to really bring deep-rooted, permanent change. And they had this brainwave, and good for them, really. My opinion at the moment is that it's a good kind of pressure group, which I think will serve to put pressure on the parties to become more gender aware. But at the moment, I feel that it's got a lot of work to do to prove itself as a viable political party as we know it today.
Carol Keane, and was one of the. I was involved in setting up the branch here in Sheffield.
My name's Charlotte Mead, and I was also involved in setting the branch up last year.
Great, yeah, that's very exciting. So it's quite a new political party. How did it come into being?
It was set up by two women, Sandy Toksvig, who people might have heard of, and a journalist called Catherine Mayer. And I think it came out of a feeling that enough was happening, really. So it was actually at the Women of the World event, which I think is coming up to a year ago. Catherine Mayer stood up at the end of one of the discussions and said, well, why don't we set up a political party aimed at this, and if you're interested, come and meet me in the bar.
And she was
mobbed in the bar by women who felt that was a good idea. And Sandy Toksvig planned a similar debate at the same event, so between them they sort of decided to turn it into fruition and sort of started gathering people together, and then I think it was registered as a political party in May of last year, and it's gone from strength to strength, really.
Great, so how do things stand at the moment with the party?
Well, nationally, there's quite a lot happening at the moment. The leader, who's a lady called Sophie Walker, is standing for London Mayor, which is really exciting.
Well, actually, they're doing candidate selection they're standing in the mayor elections. I think 3 people have put themselves forward.
Oh, right, okay.
As mayor, as candidates, and then internally in the party, they're going to select of those 3 which one will be, and similarly for the Greater London Assembly
and for the Welsh Assembly as well, they're doing, and Scottish Assembly too. So, so it's quite exciting that it's been a political party for really only, barely a year, really, and they're already standing candidates and things. And I think the fact that it's a political party has meant that they're already able to have conversations with other political parties and political parties that are in power. So with the Conservative Party, in government at the moment, they're already being able to have those conversations about things, and that's because it's a political party rather than as opposed to a campaigning group or a pressure group, which often have to go for many, many years before they get noticed or listened to, or anything like that. So I think that the very fact that it's a political party has meant that they've been able to be heard, really, much more with a much greater voice than they would have been otherwise.
And so we're here tonight for a public discussion about the party. What are you hoping to get out of this evening?
Well, I think locally we're in the position where we're trying to spread the word of what we're about and get more people to know what we're doing and understand what we're all about. So we're hoping that there'll be some people here who have heard of us but want to know more, and who will go away better informed about us. We'd love to find more people who want to get involved and join in and be active and be part of some of the things that we're trying to start to do. We're still very formative, I think, locally.
Yeah.
We've kind of got ourselves up and going. We've identified 2 or 3 things that are our local ideas or objectives that we want to start with. We've not quite got to the point where we've started doing anything about those things yet, but we want to start building some momentum and gather some momentum and get some people on board to join in and start making things happen around Sheffield as much as anything else.
And grow our membership, really. I think the important thing is that in order for us to be able to influence at a higher level, we need membership. Because if we're a membership of 1,000, then it's quite easy to ignore us. But if we're a membership of 30,000, then it's a lot more difficult. So we need people to join as well.
And I think as well tonight it's about collaboration and building connections and networks. We're aware that Sheffield Feminist Network has been around for so much longer than we have. We're very much the new kids on the block, and I think there's an awful lot we can learn from them about what they've achieved, what's been easy, who to speak to, and I think that they're going to be, I hope we're going to be very important allies to each other.
Yeah.
We're obviously both groups working towards the same ultimate goal, but coming at it from very different angles. And I think the better understanding we each have of each other's purpose and and ambitions and ideas, and building some relationships between the two, and working out ways that we can work together going forward as well.
The party's not a year old yet, and it's purely formed around the notion that we live in an equal society, and one of the inequalities is based around gender, and it's trying to look at how politically that can be changed. And so it would seem on the surface that we would have a lot of things in common. So I think we thought it was a great opportunity to involve the local Women's Equality Party group to get them to tell us more about their party's policies and objectives.
If someone did want to join or find out more, how would they go about that?
If they want to join, they can go to womensequality.org.uk, which is the main party website, and you can join there. It's very, very easy. If you want to, after that, or if you just want to sign up in Sheffield, we're Sheffield Women's Equality on Facebook. We've also got Twitter. I've come before. You don't need to be a branch member or part of the branch team or anything like that. If you're interested in it, just turn up and come and see us and join in.
And I think we think that there's loads of skills and people have loads and loads to offer, and maybe don't quite know, and kind of think, I want to get involved, but I don't know. But pretty much everyone who's come along so far, we've been able to say, brilliant, you can do that. You could, whether it's sticking leaflets through people's doors, or organising an event, or
being great with IT,
or anything. There's so many skills that people have got, or just listening, or talking, or bringing a group, anything like that. I just think people think, I don't know how I can help, and I think come along and hear what we're doing, and then we might be able to say, it would be great if you got involved here. Some people have come to a few meetings and just sort of not said very much, but now kind of gradually, having found the ground a little bit, have kind of started to say, well, I think I could help here, and I think I could do that, and that works. Charlotte came to one meeting and was running the next one, so everyone's got their different style.
Yeah. And I think as well, it's really, it sounds quite kind of cheesy and corny, but going to a meeting and being with lots of other people that also believe in the same thing that you believe in, and that you can say, oh, this happened at work today, or somebody said to me today this, or I was told to be quiet because I didn't know what I was talking about, or whatever, or I was sitting in a whole meeting and I felt like I was in the minority or whatever. Being able to come and share those experiences and say how annoyed you are about it, and for everyone to go, yeah, we get you, we understand, right, what are we going to do about it? It is really uplifting and really inspirational for you, and we leave meetings on a complete high, don't we?
Massively.
Because we feel really excited at the end of it, just from spending an hour or two with some like-minded women and men who are all wanting to get the same goal, which is that men and women we can finally get equality between men and women. It's 2016. We've been waiting long enough. The time is now, and we need to get on with it, and we need to do it. But unless people get involved and unless people make it happen, it won't happen.
Oh, I've met young women who said, why do you still need women's groups? Aren't we all equal now? Well, we've always actually, in my opinion, been equal, but not in a lot of people's opinion, and certainly not within the political structures and the social structures that we have within this society.